Hey everyone, I am super excited. I'm having a conversation right now with my good friend Jason Boyce. Avenue7media.com is where you can find him. You've probably heard him on the podcast. I'm going to put the links to those episodes in the comments below, so make sure you check out his episodes on 10 Minute Mindset. Jason, what's up, man?
Hey Mario, how are you doing in these crazy times?
Trying to stay safe, trying to stay inside,
Good, good.
which,
Washing hands, staying inside. Good job.
the COVID practices, right? And
Right.
it's amazing because there are certain companies I think that are actually, in the recession and this downtime. There's certain companies that are actually not doing too bad. Zoom being one of them, obviously, as we use this to
Right.
record this. But the company you work with the most, Amazon. How's
Oh,
things in
there,
Amazon land?
Amazon land. Look, we've talked about this on your podcast before. The pace of change at Amazon is so rapid on a regular basis when things are normal, that it will make your head spin. Right now, the pace of change and the announcements that are coming out of Amazon headquarters are 10 times more voluminous than they are under normal circumstances. Um, just to give you a couple of examples, like one of the announcements that came out last week was for sellers who are selling on the Amazon platform. Um, Amazon has stopped receiving inbound shipments to their FBA center for non-essential goods. So if you don't have a face mask, or if you don't have, toilet paper, if you're not selling toilet paper, face masks, or antibacterial stuff, or hand sanitizer, you can't get your shipments in there until April 5th. So I mean that was like sort of the first sort of shot across the bow that came out, and there have been others. I mean, we just learned on Monday that if you're an Amazon shopper and you are not a Prime subscriber, and you order an item on Amazon, you're probably not going to get your goods for a month. So they've pushed all non-Prime shopping deliveries out 1 month. If you're a Prime consumer, you're probably not going to get it same day, next day, or 2 days. It's still going to take a few days longer, but your goods are being prioritized. And look, you talked about companies doing well. Amazon is having a Prime Day every single day, and that's even given the fact that they're literally limiting sales that are coming into their site. It's mind-boggling. Um, Talk about an incentive if you don't have a Prime account already to get one. If your store shelves, your local stores shelves are empty, and you need goods on Amazon, and you don't have a Prime account, you're probably going to get one. My guess is their Prime subscribership is going to go through the roof as a result of this change. And I'm literally checking the announcements every hour because that's how fast these changes are coming right now.
And just think of everyone who's at home right now and they're just like hanging out or doing their thing and they're like, oh, look at that, scrolling through. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's a one click, comes right to you. It's like almost too convenient. It can become dangerous.
It's so true. It's dangerous, and I'm trying to figure out a way to take the Prime app off my wife's phone because she's been she's been stocking up for my girls and the family. Look, I'm just joking, of course. We need most of those things, but I don't know what we would be doing right now without Amazon, and I'm sure there's 100 million other Prime subscribers plus in the same boat.
And as someone who's on the other side, because when I think of Amazon, I think of it from a consumer standpoint. But as someone who's on the other side and who is actively, working with clients to help them distribute goods and things of that nature, like what are some of the things you're doing with them? Because I know that we talked a little bit before we hit record, and some of your clients are absolutely doing great with this because people are shopping more on Amazon. And some of them are having a little bit of a challenge if they're in the travel space or things like that. So how do you get creative to try to maximize for your clients their business during this scary time?
I mean, it's a great question. Look, as being an Amazon seller since 2003, you know that you've got to be creative to survive. But under circumstances like this that are so unprecedented, we're kind of taking that to the next level. So 80% of our clients have seen a massive increase in their sales compared to the previous 2 months. 20% are seeing really, they're suffering. They're suffering. And many of those folks are in what I would call travel related product lines. So think of, items to organize your suitcase when you go on your spring break that didn't happen, or the summer vacation that you just canceled. And so, um, I wish I could take credit for all of this, but we sat down with the brand and said, look, we know there's suffering happening. What can we do to reposition these products to meet the needs that are in extremely high demand right now? And so, in working with the brand, we've decided to go in and update the copy to express that yes, these are packing cubes that you can use when you travel, but it's also the winter's over, and you're going to be looking for ways to store your winter clothes through the summer and put them away. These packing cubes are great for that use case. Or or the laundry bags, and we're sort of marketing. They've got these great laundry bags and shoe bags. We're marketing those to people in the healthcare business right now who are going from a very dangerous place in emergency rooms and hospitals. They can put their clothes in these bags and take it straight to the laundry room when they get home, so that they don't transmit this thing to their family. So we've had to be really creative. How does the products that we have now that may be suffering, how can they be tweaked? How can the copy be tweaked to show that they are very valuable under these dire circumstances we're in right now?
It's a brilliant reframe. It really is. And it's something that if you're in business, you have to be able to pivot and do those types of things in order to stay profitable and adapt to the time, so to speak. I mean, it's something that just thinking about the way you got creative to do that, it's really amazing because innovation is key, right? Especially when you're building brands and businesses.
Look, being an ex-Marine, it helps. We usually had this saying, "Semper Gumby." It's like always be flexible, and so that's what we're doing. We have a choice. We can look at a decrease of 50% in revenue from the previous 2 months and go, "Oh my gosh, we need to close our doors," or we can dig deep and figure out, okay, how can we use our minds and our creativity to come up with another way to reposition these? The jury's still out on how well this is going to work, but I've noticed in the laundry bags and the shoe bags type categories, they're doing great.
That's
And
awesome.
we're just about to update the other stuff. We'll have that updated by Monday. So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy times.
So real quick, give us an update when I had you on the podcast before. We talked about your book. How's the book coming? I know that you've done you're in the editing phase, and I know what it's like. Believe me, to come out with a book, it's like it's a huge
Yeah.
undertaking. But we're getting real close, so I just want you to update everyone.
Oh, thanks for that, Mario. I really appreciate it. So the thing's in the can, and we're going through now and painstakingly editing. It's a little heavy on words, so we're trying to cut out words. We also, I had the good fortune of being on the Amazon Empire Frontline documentary recently. These folks interviewed me for 5 hours for 60 seconds of spot on the documentary, which I guess is normal. But they asked me a million questions about the third party seller, and it really sort of helped me zero in on sort of a message that I feel is really an untold story of Amazon. Amazon wouldn't exist the way it is today without the third party seller. That's folks selling on Amazon, not to Amazon. There's 600 million products. Amazon can't hire enough buyers to function and manage that many products and be in that many categories and do as well in that many categories as they are. And they're really treated like third class citizens. And I've interjected into the book, and we're layering it throughout the book, sort of a call to action to Amazon that says, hey, Amazon sellers are actually your highest profit customer. Amazon sellers, small businesses throughout the world, mostly in America here, are using your services to offer creative, innovative products and goods that people need. And they're small businesses. They throughout in your neighborhood, in my neighborhood, there are folks with one employee all the way up to 30 employees. And they're really critical to our economy, and you need to do better. It's not okay for you to take their listings down and not tell them why. It's not okay to not bring in a group of top sellers and get their input before you make these broad sweeping changes to the platform that can literally put folks out of business. So it's still a how-to. So I've changed the theme a little bit. It's in the can, and we're in there saying, look, Amazon are big and difficult. You have to be on Amazon because they are e-commerce in the United States. Do better, Amazon, because these third-party sellers, you need them to continue to have success. Um, and by the way, if you're going to be on the Amazon, here's a strategy and a methodology for a way to do it, be there, build a brand, and be there long term and have success. So that's kind of in a nutshell, the theme of the book now. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that.
I like it. I like how you're kind of coming from a different angle, but really protecting the people you work with and the people who need it. Because Amazon is this big, gigantic entity, and it's like you wouldn't be that gigantic if it wasn't for everyone who's buying into the vision and really supporting it. So support us so we can support you.
Yeah, they're enormous. In fact, a gentleman from JMP Securities, an analyst, just did an estimate in terms of the total dollar values going through Amazon, and he projects that the total sales going through Amazon, not what they report to the SEC, they report that take rate, that percentage of sale from third-party sellers. He projected them at about $530 billion in last year's revenue through their Amazon.com website. If that's true, and depending on who you talk to, some people say yes, some people say it's not quite that big. But if that's true, they're already bigger than Walmart stores.
Wow, that's that's big.
Yeah,
Because you
they're
think Walmart is like the thing, the biggest. I mean, but if Amazon's taking them over at this point,
yeah,
and Amazon's almost like invisible because Walmart you can see as you're driving down the street, you can see all these huge locations. Amazon's like the invisible giant. You know they're
right.
there, but you can't physically see them.
Exactly. Exactly. And they are there in a very big way. And they don't want you to know how much revenue they're doing through their website. There's some drum beats growing out of Washington, D.C. about potential antitrust cases that's building, and they want to hide that from you, but they're huge. And again, I know you say this to your clients, I say this to my clients, and our mutual friend Rick Cesare, you got to be on Amazon. And there's a way to do it to cover your butt. And that's what we're going to put forth in the book. And we, of course, do that with all of our clients as well.
That's awesome. Avenue7media.com. I'm sure the book will be available there, and they can also check out what you're up to and how you can help. And it's a great time to investigate. I mean, if you're sitting at home and you're staying safe in this crisis and you're trying to figure out what to do or stay busy or do something to create some revenue or whatnot, reach out to Jason and let him know because he can help you. You want to go where the traffic is, right? And the traffic is at Amazon. So instead of sitting there and shopping all the time, which you can still do, look into how can I be part of this and have people actually buying through me and generating some revenue. I think it's a great thing to at least consider or have a conversation about.
Absolutely. And Amazon needs you. Amazon needs your creativity. They need your expertise and all these niches, thousands, tens of thousands of niches in the product categories. And if you do things the right way, you can make some money. You can earn a nice living for yourself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
Jason,
that.
thank you so much for the conversation. Again, I'm going to put those links again in the show notes so people can hear the episodes that we did together on the podcast. And stay safe, my friend. I'm looking forward to speaking with you again soon and seeing the book as soon as it comes out. I can't wait to read it.
Same here, Mario. Thanks a million.